Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry with
JayArr.
and today we're back with another Retro Corner for
Greyhawk Adventures. This is a first edition D&D book. It is one of the first campaign settings. It is, as you can see, our copy is compatible with both AD&D and second edition AD&D.
Hey.
This is a ton of fun to look into the world of Greyhawk, which has been the default setting.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like the go-to anytime you're thinking of a D&D adventure book. Greyhawk is kind of like, if it's not specifically from a different one, like I don't know, Planescape or something like that.
Yeah, up until about the 4th or 5th edition. Like 5th edition is definitely Forgotten Realms is the default setting, but and 4th had its own deal. But Greyhawk is it. It is where it all began too.
Yeah.
So let's step back into history and the world of Earth.
Not Earth. Earth.
Yeah. So Greyhawk, which then this book has a lovely forward from James M. Ward or Jim Ward or Drawmage, if you ever had some instant summons or other things. Yeah, right? Greyhawk is the fantasy world that sort of started it all. You'll see as we flip through this book a number of familiar names and faces. There's Bakab, the god of magic. Here we have Saint Cuthbert.
Actually have some cool art too for old school art.
We have
Melona,
too,
so yeah.
Farlangen.
Yeah.
And a few others that sort of have fallen by the wayside, but then like some very, very familiar names that are still around, even in the Forgotten Realms, like Nerul, you know, the god of all evil and death. The one that hates everything.
Somebody's got to be in charge of that.
In fact, is known as the Reaper, foe of all good, hater of life, bringer of darkness, king of all gloom, and Reaper of flesh. So, you know, it's not a fun guy. Yeah. But what I love about this book are the sort of lesser deities that have kind of slipped through the cracks over the years, because you can go back through and look for some really interesting ideas and get some cool stuff. Like Ralishaz, for instance, is the unlooked for, a deity of randomness and madness, and it's sort of like a evil-leaning, chaotic deity. Or you have Ula, the patroness of miners, hillmen, mountaineers, and quarrymen. It's yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, but Greyhawk was the world where a lot of the home campaigns of the D&D creators took place. This is where Mordenkainen is from. This is where a lot of monsters are native, like everyone's favorite frogmen, the Grung.
The Greyhawk dragons. Slightly different, I guess, than other dragons, or maybe other dragons came from the Greyhawk dragon.
Yeah. I think they have their own like language and their own like predatory tendencies and layers and all of that stuff. You also get a few of the more interesting like undead guys. You have the Sword Wraith, which is one of my favorite undead in the whole game, and they're in 5th edition now. Yeah. And you also get like all the famous characters as well. So as I said.
Yeah, a lot of these are old school heroes.
Yep, like Turin Deathstalker or Ren of the Star. These all started off as characters that were run by like the creators of D&D. Yeah. And they've since ended up sort of immortalized in the pages of the setting. It's a great inspiration for you in your campaign as you play things. Like, let the characters you've played in campaigns past inform the future. Even if you're playing on a different world, or if you're playing in the Forgotten Realms especially, like
Bigby. We got Bigby.
Bigby. This is where Bigby's from. This is where Mordenkainen's from. It's where Drawmage is from. It's where Nolzir is from. It's where like all of the names, Nystel as well. Like all of those have they have their own spells. These are all the famous wizards. There's Autoluke of the sphere proclivities, you know, Otto, who has the irresistible dance and all of that stuff. Yeah. Even
Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah. This is where they all come from. So this book has left a huge imprint on D&D's like landscape, right? Yeah. It isn't just that it is a fantasy world, and it's kind of as you can tell from the cover art, it's sort of a mix of like both high and low fantasy, right? It's more
Right.
it's a more savage world, but it's a much more high magic world. So
Right.
it's an interesting, not exactly Forgotten Realms-y kind of a thing. There are
Right.
cities, but there's also a lot of like Conan-ish type places.
Right.
And you
it's
can
Greyhawk.
see some of
It's
them.
classic Greyhawk.
Yeah, you can see a whole bunch of it. Like in this book, you get a look at what the geography of Earth is like, and I just want to talk about one of the features here, which is the Tovag Baragu, the stone circles. So.
Okay.
These are sort of stone circles that have shown up as a result of ancient like magic wars that have long since passed. Because one of the big things that Greyhawk establishes is that the world is kind of older than you think it is. And there's a lot of like high magic in the past, kind of low magic in the future, but you're heading towards more. It's kind of that classic adventure-y feel, and they do a lot of like talking about these like stone circles and how they would be like guarded over by Jotuns or have like different magical effects for people that were kind of playing with them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You also had some basic adventure building stuff in here for you. So if you're going to play in Greyhawk at the time, again, it's more world building and adventure examples.
Yes, this is an adventure. This is an adventure right here.
Yeah.
So it's all short stuff that you could play like in a session.
Yeah, you can
or
combine
two.
them and string them together. You can just do like one shots and then kind of see where the game goes from there.
But anyway, the neat thing about Greyhawk is that it's a world where everything has kind of left its mark on Dungeons and Dragons, and that's why I feel like it's kind of cool to both look back and important to know where it's come from, because once you know that, you can understand the legacy of it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, that cover art's pretty rad.
It is incredibly rad. I want to be that guy.
Right.
Well, anyway, I'm JayArr.
I'm AdamHarry.
We're both from Bell of Lost Souls.
Thanks for watching. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.